Happy Halloween, UConn Nation, and welcome back to another thrilling week of UC Sports. I'm Jacob Sondik with my co-host Jalen Green. We're going to break down all the action from the UConn sports world from the past week.
That's right, Jacob. This week was full action, so let's get started. UC Sports starts right now.
UConn Football looked to snap a 6-game losing streak as they traveled to Amherst to take on the UMass Minutemen. UConn's running game got going quickly, with Kevin Mensah rushing for 2 touchdowns in the first half, with runs of 17 yards and 2 yards respectively, putting UConn up 14-7 by the end of the first quarter. Although the Minutemen tied the score 7 seconds into the second quarter, with quarterback Andrew Brito finding Jermaine Johnson Jr. for a 40-yard score, the Huskies were quick to respond, scoring 3 touchdowns on 3 consecutive drives, as Art Tompkins pushed one in for a 25-yard score, followed by another Mensah short gain, capped off by a Jack Zirgiotis dime to Cameron Ross, giving the Huskies 35 first-half points. UConn's ground game proved to be the key difference in this one, as Mensah rushed for 164 yards and 5 touchdowns, supplemented by 135 yards and another score from Tompkins, fueling the Huskies to their second win of the season, 56-35. The Huskies will look to defend their home field on Friday night as they battled the 6-1 Navy midshipmen at the Rent this Friday.
Speaking of breaking losing streaks, UConn women's volleyball team shook off their 6-game skid, coming back to defeat the Tulsa Golden Hurricane at Gamble this past Sunday. The Huskies dropped the first set 25-20, falling behind early and failing to come back. However, the Huskies would form a hurricane of their own, jumping ahead in the second set 9-3, forcing Tulsa to use a timeout. They would not look back, taking the second set 25-19. The Huskies wouldn't lose a set the rest of the way, holding on in the third set 25-23 and dominating the fourth and final set 25-11, winning the match 3-1. This victory was built on the back of a strong bounce attack as Kaylee Parker and Kennedy Jake Turner led the Huskies to their 9th win of the season. The Huskies hit the road this weekend looking to keep their winning ways, taking on East Carolina and Cincinnati. Make sure to follow along on our Instagram story at UCTV Sports to see their Instagram takeover during their trip. After a short break, we'll be back to update you on UConn basketball, field hockey, and many more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is
UCTV Sports.
The UConn men's basketball looked to take care of business at an exhibition against St. Michael's at the Excel Center Wednesday night. The Huskies struggled early, only leading 15-13 halfway through the first half of play. However, Altery Gilbert and Christian Vitale led the crusade in the second half, as the Huskies went on a scoring frenzy, controlling both sides of the ball in the midst of an 18-0 run. Gilbert poured in a game-high 21, with Vitale helping out with a bounce attack of 15 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 steals. Those 6 steals were only a fraction of UConn's tenacious defense, as they forced the Purple Knights to turn the ball over 27 times. The Huskies opened the regular season against Sacred Heart next Friday night at Gamble Pavilion, looking to defend home court and get Coach Hurley's second season off on the right track. The UConn women's basketball team will also kick off their exhibition slate this weekend, taking on Jefferson University at Gamble on Sunday, followed by a duel with Trevecca Nazarene in Hartford on Wednesday night, looking to build momentum going into the regular season opener in a couple of weeks.
The third-ranked UConn field hockey team looked to bounce back from their heartbreaking loss at the hands of Syracuse the week before, traveling to Virginia to battle number 17 Liberty. The Flames would strike first in this heavyweight matchup as Jill Bolton ripped off a shot 4 minutes into the game to give Liberty the lead. However, UConn responded quickly, tying the score on a penalty shot just seconds later. Aided by 2 Svea Boker goals and a balanced scoring test across the board, the Huskies defeated Liberty 6-3. With the win, UConn clinched at least a share of the regular season Big East title for their 7th straight season, and for the 19th time overall. The Huskies return home this weekend, battling Georgetown on Friday night and UMass on Senior Day Sunday afternoon.
The UConn men's soccer team dropped another heartbreaker against the Temple Owls in Philly this past weekend. After falling behind in the first half, Jake Dengler tied the score as UConn went into halftime tied 1-1. However, Temple took the lead back in the second half, netting in a header off a corner kick. The Huskies could not capitalize the rest of the game, failing to score the equalizer, losing 2-1. UConn travels to Dallas to take on SMU this weekend before coming home next week to complete their season against the University of Tulsa.
While the men's team will conclude their season next Tuesday, the women's soccer team concluded their season tonight with a 1-1 draw, ending their season as they miss out on an AAC tournament with the tie.
As we approach the end of the fall sports season, hockey season is just getting underway. Although the men's squad was idle this week, they will take on Merrimack College in a home-and-home series this weekend, looking to build on the momentum created by their win against RPI their last time on the ice.
The women's hockey team was in action last weekend, traveling to Buffalo, playing the Icebreaker tournament. The Huskies dropped both games they played in, falling to Colgate 6-2 and Mercyhurst University 3-1. However, they look to defend the home ice on Tuesday as they take on Brown at home at 6 p.m.
This week was significant for UConn alums in the professional sports world, as former UConn football tight end Ryan Griffin caught 2 touchdown passes on Sunday in Jacksonville, as well as catching a Sam Darnold pass for a 2-point conversion. However, it was not enough as the Jets fell to the Jaguars 29-15. UConn also had representation in the World Series as George Springer batted .296 with 2 home runs against the Washington Nationals, who would ultimately win their first championship in 7 games, knocking off Springer and the Astros.
And now we'll head over to Julia Dowd as she gives us the Husky High Five.
What's up, Husky fans? Welcome back to the Husky High Five. I'm Julia Dowd, here to take you through the top 5 plays from this week. So without further ado, let's get started. At number 5, the men's basketball team had their exhibition matchup against St. Michael's College. Altery Gilbert shows some impressive footwork and sneaks by several defenders to drive to the basket. At number 4, the volleyball team defeated Tulsa on Sunday, and here we see Kaylee Parker all by herself with a massive block, disrupting the defense in a big way. At number 3, we're taking a look at UConn in the pros with Astros outfielder George Springer, who gets a 2-run home run in the 8th. This brought the Astros to a 7-1 lead and eventually a win against the Nationals in Game 5. It's number 2, back to volleyball with Jenna Florig, who throws one down. She had 8 kills on the night, and the Huskies would go on to win 3-1 for this match. And at number 1, it's back to basketball, where the Huskies would win this match 103-64. We have a double blocking sequence here, first with junior Isaiah Whaley, and then again by redshirt freshman Cook. And that's all I have for today, so let's send it back to Jalen and Jacob in the studio. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Julia, for the Husky High Five. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have this week on UC Sports. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UCTV Sports, and subscribe to us on YouTube at UCTV Channel 14 for all of your up-to-the-minute news and updates in the UConn sports world. For Jalen Green and the rest of our team, I'm Jacob Sondik. See you next time, UConn Nation.